In today's hyper-connected world, being tech-savvy isn't just about knowing how to use the latest gadgets or apps, it's about mastering the art of balancing personal life and work amidst a sea of digital distractions. Technology has undoubtedly revolutionized how we live and work, offering unparalleled convenience and efficiency. However, it also presents challenges such as the blurring of boundaries between personal and professional life. So how do the tech-savvy navigate these waters? These and more is what we're bringing to you this week on Tech Talk. My name is Dorcas Yakubu. Thanks for joining us.
In an era dominated by technology where connectivity is constant and work can follow us anywhere, achieving a healthy balance between professional responsibilities and personal well-being has become more challenging than ever. For the tech-savvy individual whose life often revolves around screens and devices, finding equilibrium requires deliberate efforts and mindful choices. Managing personal life and work as a tech-savvy individual involves a blend of leveraging technology's benefits while maintaining cautious boundaries and prioritizing well-being. By harnessing digital tools, establishing clear boundaries, practicing effective time management, and embracing periodic detoxes, the complexities of a digital age can be navigated with grace and efficiency.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, you're watching Tech Talk on Trust TV. We now have on the program a tech-savvy who is joining us virtually. But then he would introduce himself. You're welcome to the program.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
All right, so can you introduce yourself and share a bit about your background in technology and how it intersects with personal life and work management?
All right. Good everyone. My name is Daniel Ayeni. I'm a software engineer, majorly into front-end development, and I also, outside doing the professional side of things, I also involve myself in playing piano and sometimes doing comedy skits at times. So balancing work life together has been something fun for me because it helps me personally grow and also help me with my time management. So yeah, thank you.
All right, so what are some of the key digital tools or apps you find most effective for managing personal tasks and work responsibilities?
Okay, yeah, thank you so much. One of the tools I use is Trello, which I use for my project to manage my project. I also make use of Google Calendar, which I use for scheduling my day-to-day activities based on time. And these tools are very useful. I use them often because I am able to schedule um, my personal life and also my work life using those tools.
All right, so Daniel, these tools you made mention, how do you integrate them into your daily routine to enhance productivity and also maintain a healthy work-life balance?
Okay, I integrate these tools into my daily routine by setting out a specific time for work and also setting a specific time for my personal self because, like they say, all work no play make Jack a dull boy. So I make sure that I block out every time on my calendar for work. Then I have separate time to also catch up with family and things like that.
Okay, so now let's talk about boundaries. How do you establish boundaries between, your personal and professional life?
Okay, yeah, that's a very good question. Talking about boundaries here, there's this general thing that is common with we the techies. We get engrossed with our work. You see us working from morning to evening, even in midnight. So one of the things that I try to do is I try to plan my time and I make sure when I'm working. Then when I'm not working, I will take off every digital form of devices that can attract me to work. I will put my Gmail on mute then I'll go on and do my personal thing.
So can you share, shed some light on the strategies, these strategies put in place to prevent work from encroaching on your personal life and vice versa?
Okay, what I do majorly is setting deadlines. I will set the deadlines. For example, I can wake up and be like, okay, I have this social task, and I will say, from 8 to 12, I will be doing this. Then from 12 to 1, I will be doing my personal stuff. And I will adhere to it strictly. And since I have a time gauge for my task, that way I am able to complete my task at that time boundary. Then no matter what I do, once the boundary exceeds, I will go and do my personal stuff, then come back to it.
I want you to touch on time management, but before that, what do you or how do you think tech savvies should, work with time? Let me take that question again. So, talking about time management, right? How important is it for tech service to manage time in this digital age, owing to the fact that they're always working? You see a lot of people, they don't even sleep at night because of the difference in time here in Nigeria and, other companies abroad. That is for people that work with international companies. How important is it to optimize your time?
Okay, so yeah, that is very, very true because we techies, we are guilty of that. Even I myself, sometimes I find myself being that. So one of the best way to do that is by being straight with yourself, because no matter what, your health is very important. We tend to overuse ourselves and be like, oh, since we are working remotely, we can also, like we used to say it, I can also left and right. But the thing is, it affects us mentally. Mental is very important. So if you are working too long, your productivity is going to drastically reduce. Unlike when you say, oh, I have 6 hours to do this work, and you stick to that 6 hours, you will notice that within that 6 hours will be very, very productive because you have a time gap attached to what you're doing. But if you put it to an open time, you find yourself sitting down the system in long hours, and the productivity measure will not might not even be like when you have a time gap. That is it. Though it's not easy, but yeah, it's something that we take should actually like inculcate.
Now let's talk digital detox and well-being. How important do you think digital detoxes are for tech service and generally people?
Okay, digital detoxes is very, very important because we, especially we youth, we are the one that we are like plenty in the tech space. We get attached with digital devices. Yes, we are glued to it. If I'm not doing coding, I want to do something digital. So we actually need to actually learn how to detach ourselves from it. We have to relax, take an off-screen time, whereby you put away all your devices. You catch up with your family and friends because they also need you. You catch up with them. You play with friends. You play game, and that way it helps you to reduce stress. It helps you to reduce anxiety, and also and funny enough, from my experience, when I'm faced with a lot of work troubles, like there's a particular logic I'm trying to implement and I can't get to do it, what I just do is I just go and play. And by the time I'm playing, I'll just be surprised that softly the result or the solution will just walk into my brain, which shows that, oh, despite we are working, we should also find time to do digital detoxification.
Okay, so Daniel, I must say you must be a superman. I mean, earlier in the introduction, you said sometimes you're a skit maker. I mean, you do other things aside tech. How do you do this? And how important is it to engage in some other activities aside work?
Okay, yeah, that's a good one. Even till now, a lot of people do ask me that question too. They are always like, wow, you're a tech bro. I'd be like, yes. But the way you're doing is not really giving, because they always have this mentality that being a techie means you are going to be like a tech savvy, a tech nerd, like those in the movies. All you just need to do is sitting with code. And but for me, it's quite different. I do skate making because aside that, there's other side of my life that is useful for me and also for my people to around me. I notice that a lot of people actually enjoy when I do my skit, when I do my funny things, and one way or the other, it's also helping me to build social bond with people. That way, people will know me. Okay, I am someone they can talk to. So aside from technical advice, you can easily approach me for other life stuff. So it's very, very important and makes me feel balanced in all areas.
Okay, so in what ways do you practice digital ethics in your personal and professional life?
Okay, digital ethics, ways in which I practice digital ethics is I am very, very sensitive of the kind of content I consume. I don't just, because any content you are consuming online have one way or the other on your mental health. So I am very, very careful and I make sure that I create restrictions. For example, if I'm on Instagram, there's some content that I don't allow myself to view so that they will not affect my mental health. So, yeah, those are the good digital ethics that I employ in my daily life.
All right, so what are some common challenges you've encountered in managing your personal life and your professional life?
Well, one of the major challenges has been that most of the time the work life tries to jump into the personal life. At times, even though I might look at myself like master of managing both, but there are times that for like three days straight, I might not even really have time for my personal life, which is a major challenge because sometimes doing being a techie, sometimes you can have an happy ride, and sometimes you have bad rides at times. Computer and these our logics are very, very crazy. But the solution is just that no matter what happens, mental health is very, very important. Family is important. And no matter what happens, even if you should die now, the work will still continue. So since I have that at the back of my mind, I try to prioritize my personal life and also work life.
All right, so you just made mention of how important it is for you to prioritize your personal, time. So, what advice would you give
Yeah.
to individuals, tech service? Let me say it in the language that a lot of people understand, which is tech bros and tech sisters, to improve their digital habits and achieve a better balance between work and personal life?
Okay, my advice to them is you can still do everything and you'll still be productive. Like me, what I do sometimes, if I am on a sprint, I can do 2 hours of serious work and 15 to 30 minutes of break. So that way I get to be fresh, re-energized, and my brain, when you are being a tech here, when you are, especially when you are coding or doing some crazy technical stuff, your brain is at high performance. So after a short period of time, I create a break, I take a break, then I relax. That way, my brain will generate new energies, then I continue. So, and I will employ every other tech people and tech professionals to also try and employ this. It works, yeah.
So, how do you envision the future of work life integration in an increasingly digitized world?
Work-life integration in an increasing digital life. Well, thank God we now have tools that can help us to balance this, our work life. And the future is the way I'm envisioning the future is that we are going to get more tools that will also help us to like balance both. You know, that I'm looking at a time whereby there be a tool that if you set your break time, so okay, 2 hours for work, 30 minutes for break. As at that time of break, your system can just of anything code that you're doing to not work, then it will bring entertainment to your front. I think AI will be best to do that actually. And I guess technology is going there where we'll be able to like balance. We have tools that will help us effectively to balance our personal and work life together.
So you made mention of, you've been making mention of tools. How accessible and affordable are they?
These tools, for example, the Google Calendar is it's a free tool by Google. Trello is actually a paid tool. They also have the free version, but you can make use of. Alternatively, if you cannot afford Trello, you can make use of Google Keep, whereby you put your task and you can also set the timer, a reminder, and you can also make use of Google Calendar as well. So all these tools are free, and if you use them, it will really go a long way in balancing your work and personal life.
All right, so finally, what advice do you have for tech savvies out there and some other people that want to dive into tech on how to manage their personal life and work as, individuals, not just tech savvies, I mean, the general public?
Well, my advice there is no matter what you are doing, it is someone that has a very good state of mind in terms of health that is able to do mind blowing things and amazing things. For example, now in big companies like Google, if you watch them closely, they have relaxation things, which means even when the serious things are done, they also take into consideration the mental health of the employees. So my advice to everyone trying to join or people that are already there is that they should not because they are techies means that they should neglect their personal life. They should neglect communicating with their family because their family also need them. They should also create time to bond with friends because not for today, because of the day that you are not there or you are not strong, like you are not feeling fine. These are the people you make bonds with are the people that will come to your aid or rescue. It is not your coach that will come and help you or treat you. So we have to like balance everything. Then also another advice is they should engage in things like that more because of their social life. Because there are some people they are good, but they lack social ability to communicate and express themselves. So having a balanced work life we give every techie an added advantage. They're able to have the idea and they're able to communicate it much better.
That's all we can take for the interview. Many thanks for joining us and sharing your insights.
It's my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
We'll go on a quick break, and when we return, the program continues. Do stay with us.
Today on Tech Tips, we'll be giving you tips for managing work effectively as a tech-savvy individual while maintaining a healthy personal life. Step 1. Use task management apps. Utilize tools to organize tasks, set deadlines, and prioritize work efficiently. These apps sync across devices, ensuring you stay on top of your responsibilities wherever you are. Step 2. Implement time tracking software. These awareness can highlight areas where you may be spending too much time on work or leisure, allowing for adjustment to achieve better balance. Step 3. Set up communication boundaries. Use communication platforms effectively but set clear boundaries. For instance, mute non-urgent notifications during personal time to minimize distractions and maintain focus. Step 4. Create separate work profiles. Many smartphones and computers allow for multiple user profiles or workspaces. Use these features to keep work-related apps and data separate from personal ones, helping you mentally disconnect after work hours. Step 5. Practice digital detoxes. Schedule regular periods of digital detox where you disconnect from work-related devices and focus on personal activities, hobbies, and relationships. Step 6. Use virtual private networks (VPNs). When working remotely, use VPN to secure your internet connection and protect sensitive work data. This ensures peace of mind when accessing company resources from public or shared networks. Step 7. Schedule regular breaks. Use apps that remind you to take breaks throughout the workday. This helps prevent burnout and improves productivity by maintaining focus and energy levels. And finally, Step 8. Set personal goals and reminders. Use goal-setting apps to set personal goals, track progress, and receive reminders. Balancing work and personal life requires proactive planning, and these tools can help keep you accountable. By incorporating these tech tips into your routine, you can effectively manage your work responsibilities while safeguarding personal time and well-being. Finding the right balance ensures sustained productivity and a fulfilling personal life in today's tech-driven world.
And that's a wrap on the program today. Join us again next week for a fresh edition. Don't forget to follow us and subscribe to all our social media platforms: Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and X. My name is Dorcas Yakubu. Goodbye.